Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to our videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. Also hit on the little bell to be notified of our upcoming videos. This is a review of the Crude Gypsetter. Crude is a new watch brand with a founder based in Ibiza, Spain, and the watch itself is manufactured in Germany. This watch is a very unique timepiece. It's very stylized, it's very well made, it's very bespoke. It's meant to look a little raw, a little rock and roll, a little grunge, but also it's thoroughly a luxury item. Every part of this watch was made custom for it. And I think it's a very special timepiece. You need to get to know the gentleman who founded the brand. You have to understand the sort of theme of the brand and the inspiration, the lifestyle to get it. But once you do, it's actually a very cool concept. It's not trying to compete on the exact same level as a lot of other watches with more what I'll call horological significance. It has a very fine automatic movement there, nothing wrong with it. But this is really more about a jewelry item, a men's jewelry item that says something about the wearer. And I'll actually start with a strap. This strap is completely custom done, and apparently it took the brand a lot of iterations to get the strap right. It is a woven leather strap. They're custom made, one per a watch, and they're made at different sizes, so they actually sort of measure your wrist in order to make sure that it's right. This one's actually considered a little bit big on me, but that's okay. The leather is a combination of cow leather and kangaroo leather, and it has this beautiful taper to it, and you have a nice strap there. Or a nice buckle on the end of the strap, which holds it all together. The Crude name has to do with the fact that the watch is actually produced in raw, meaning unfinished sterling silver. Now that's really important because if you look at the case, it can be a little bit difficult to understand what you're seeing. This is a 925 silver case, and that's stamped right there on the dial. And that goes for the case and the dial, like I said. You can see that even on the case back there. Now it has a nice patina, silver patinas like that, and it definitely needs to be polished to get the quote-unquote original luster, but this watch is just out of the stamping process. They had to go through a lot of different special processes to get one that looked good in this raw form, and you can see the raw style serial number engraving on the side of the case there. To add a luxury element to it, there's various options of precious stones or semi-precious stones that can be set on the dial, the crown, or around the bezel. This one doesn't have it, but around the bezel, there's also an option to put little precious stones. This particular one was done in a custom sense, or custom way, even more customized. You can see the stones there are blue, and they form a bit of a gradient. So they're darkest at the 12 o'clock, and they get a little bit lighter as you go down. That is something that they can do. It's a very special custom thing. This was a particular idea, and they can do things like that because, again, these are made per customer. The watch case is 44 millimeters wide, and inside of it is an Eterna caliber 3945A. Let me just wipe the back there. They wanted to have a rotor that matched it, so they just had a black rotor there called the Crude rotor, which is quite nice. And the Eterna movements work quite well. So that, again, is the 3945A, which is a good sturdy automatic movement that works quite well. On the dial, again, you have the time and the date. The only thing that I would have liked to see be a little bit different on this watch is the legibility of the hands. They have a nice, unique look to them, and they actually do grow on you quite well. But I have to say that the hands are definitely just the small point on here that isn't quite as refined as anything else. But you know what? I could live with it just fine. This watch is intentionally stylized, like I said, and it goes with an interesting lifestyle theme which celebrates sort of organic wear on tools. Tools which have been used, tools which have been loved, have a worn look to them. And this one, again, isn't quite about not necessarily being worn, but the crudeness that comes from something that was just made, and so it has an organic quality to it. I think it's a fun concept. There isn't too much else like it in the watch space right now, and it's hard not to appreciate the many details that Crude went into designing it, from the dial, the case, the strap, the movement, everything like that. A lot of wonderful little details here, and those are the exact details that watch lovers like us enjoy. So a brand born on Ibiza, made in Germany, with a Swiss movement and an international flair. That's where sort of the Gypsetter name comes in, a combination of gypsy and jet setter. It's just a cute thing. And again, each of these is more or less made unique to the customer. Price for the Crude Gypsetter starts at about 13,000 euros, and you can see more on aBlogtoWatch. Thanks.